Strange Block Beats.
Clean up crew. Turn it up. Let the whole room move. Walking, bass it, floor shake loose. CUC family, nothing to prove. August bring flame, Eve bring light. Oracle 007, locking the sight. Now I'm a god, so make the speakers cry. Amina bring peace, lift the whole crew high. And Monster bring force when the pressure gets heavy. Abasi bring wisdom, keep the foundation steady. CUC, we too strong. Clean up crew all night long. CUC, one voice, one sound. When we step in, we shut it down. There is none like the CUC. Clean up crew family, built from the struggle, raised in unity. Love in the blood and truth in the melody. Nobody move like the CUC family. Hands up high when the kick drum pound. CUC got the city on sound. From the front to the back, let the anthem ring. Clean up crew family, let the whole world sing. August, bring that fire, take us higher. Oracle 007, vision sharper. So get louder, love got power. Monster, never cower. Bossy, build that tower. We don't fold when the nights get cold. We don't quit, we were built for this bold. Every scar got a story told. Every voice in this crew is gold. No fake love, no cracks in the chain. Turn hard times into fuel for the flame. One family, one mission, one name. CUC, remember the name. CUC, yeah. We too strong. Clean up crew all night long. CUC, one voice, one sound. When we step in, we shut it down. There is none like the CUC. Clean up crew family, built from the struggle, raised in unity. Love in the blood and truth in the melody. Nobody move like the CUC family. CUC. Clean up crew. August to a bossy. This one for you. Yeah.
Hey, big salute, family. This your brother K. Judah. Giving all praise to the Most High Yah, and faith in Yahshua HaMashiach, and to the mighty nation of Israel worldwide. All my brothers and sisters, I say peace and blessings. Big salute to the beloved CUC family. Shout out to the Nazarene Hebrew Institute of Faith. Big salute to big boy Jake, my brother Sham, Elder Bro Tim. Big salute to you, and all my beloved brothers and sisters in the chat. As you see the title, family, Deuteronomy 28, Misconception. What the chapter actually says. The Deuteronomy 28 Misconception. What the chapter actually says. Before I get started, I want to ask y'all, can y'all please keep our beloved Sister Antonia and her mother, and also my beloved sister, Bithia, and her sister. Can y'all keep our sisters in prayer? Antonia, set apart Hines and her mother, and Bithia and her sister. We praying for them, asking that y'all allow them to recover, strengthen them, and we just going to pray as a family, because if we pray together, the Most High going to move on our behalf. So we praying for our beloved family members and all our brothers and sisters, whatever they may be facing or going through. We sending up a prayer to Yah, and that he may hear our prayer and also grant us our request. Family, today, I want to say this. When I get done with this, anybody who run up on y'all trying to debate you or talk to you about what's fulfilled, what's not fulfilled, when we get done with this today, you're going to have everything you need to not only defend who you are, but you already know whose you are. But we got a lot of talkers, a lot of people running at the mouth. And it ain't nothing but a lot of heathen nations. It's every last one of them. Picking up our Bible, trying to speak on our behalf like we need them to tell us about us. So today, Yah and Yahshua and the Holy Spirit allowed y'all brother K. Judah to put all this together through his spirit. And I got everything, family. We finna walk this thing down. Listen to me. We finna walk this down. I'm going to show you everything they do. And I went behind everything they do, and I got everything that y'all do. But I also got fulfillment because I understand the book. You don't understand this book. I understand this book, and my brothers and sisters in the chat and my brothers and sisters worldwide, they understand their own book, because unto them was committed the oracles of Yah, meaning the answers of Yah. You don't have the answers. We have the answers. And that's what we're about to do today. Show the answers. You don't speak for us. Get your Bible. Get you some pen and paper. Follow along with your brother KJ so we can read this together. And let's let the Bible handle business in the name of the Most High Yah, in faith in our King, Yahshua HaMashiach. Let's get it. Y'all brother K Drew, the screen gonna be open all day, family. So if anybody have anything, I already know my people with their wrenches, they gonna hold it down. My window gonna be open all through the lesson. So I got my phone just to look at what's going on in the chat, see what y'all saying. But we about to let this Bible handle business. I'm tired of these talkers. I'm tired of these debates. I'm tired of me seeing it's mostly European Caucasian people. That's the ones that we always had to deal with. They the ones all across America. They are preachers. They say they teachers. They say they historians. They say they Bible scholars. Listen to your brother KJ. When we get done with this today, I want all the smoke. You know how y'all be on y'all channels trying to debunk stuff? Come try to debunk me. And I'll be sitting right here on the CUC platform. I want all the smoke. Come try to debunk what y'all about to do today. So like I said before, the window gonna be open. Let's get it popping. Let's handle business. And let me go ahead and open up my window right now. We going to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. Y'all just follow along with your brother. I got slides. I got all the scriptures on slides because a picture speak 1,000 words. Let's go. Shabbat shalom to the mighty nation of Israel, all our beloved family. Here we go, family. Let's get it, man. So it's the first slide I'm going through. It's the first slide that I'm going to. And as y'all can see, the covenant curses. Okay? So this is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. And we're going to read this. And I'm going to show y'all that everything in this Bible is talking about us as a people. The Most High gave Deuteronomy 28 to be the proof and the sign to identify his people. Let me say that again. Deuteronomy chapter 28 is the proof and the sign through the curses to identify his people. The 1948 people ain't got no curse on them. They control everything. Where the curse is at? I thought they supposed to be the tail and not the head. They run YouTube. But they the people, huh? Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. But it should come to pass, if thou would not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy Elohim, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Now, a lot of people like to say, well, these curses didn't already fulfill themselves in the various captivities. What your brother K. Judah gonna show y'all today is that which was is that which should be. Say that again, KJ, for the people in the back. I'm gonna show you today that which was fulfilled in the various captivities, whether that's Babylon, Medo-Persia, Greeks, Assyrian, Rome. That which was is that which should be. See, the curse don't change, just the circumstances. What do I mean by that? I'm talking time. Time, family. Time change, not the curse. The curse remain the same wherever we go. We just in a different time. Same curses, same predicament, just a different time. And that's what they don't understand about the book. Let's go to the next one. So as you see, he said, if you do what I tell you to do, I'm going to bless you. That was from verse 1 to 15. But if you don't do what I say, I'm going to curse you. That's from 15 to 68. So we dealing with the curses. And we're going to prove these curses and fulfillment in our time. Because we have the answers of Yah, because we his people. That's the advantage that have the Jew. Because unto them was committed the oracles of Yah. And you need to hold that dear to your heart. They control the world. They don't control your book. This is your book. This is your history. These are your records. Let's go to the next slide. So as I read a slide, I will move them out the way because it's so many. So let me get this one out the way. So we just read Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 16. And he said, cursed should thou be in the city, and cursed should thou be in the field. Watch this, y'all. Jeremiah 32, verse 28. Thus said the Lord, behold, I will give this city into the hand of the king of Babylon, and he shall burn it with fire. Okay, that's a fulfillment. Cursed should be the city, right? Jeremiah 14, 18. And if I go forth into the field, then behold, the slain with the sword. And if I enter into the city, then behold, them that are sick with famine. Oh, that go fulfillment. Cursed should you be in the city. He gave it to Nebuchadnezzar. Cursed should you be in the field. Jeremiah said, when I go into the field, I see the slain. The city was burned with fire. So they'll tell y'all, this is total fulfillment. This happened already, which is true. I just read it. You see the fulfillment? Babylon came up against Judah and Jerusalem. The Most High gave the city into his hand, and they was also cursed in the field. Why was they cursed in the field? Not only did the Most High allow the harvest to go into the hands of Nebuchadnezzar, where he controlled your vineyards also, but you were slain in the field. Your city was burned with fire. So cursed should you be in the city, you was cursed, and cursed should you be in the field. You was laying dead in the field. Oh, that's total fulfillment, KJ. Now watch this. I told y'all we not playing today. Oh my God, what do y'all see? What do y'all see? I thought that was total fulfillment. And it fulfilled itself again during the transatlantic slave trade. Why, K. Judah? Because the same way they was cursed in Babylon, in the city and in the field, we was also cursed in the city and the field. What do you see on the screen? Let me read it. This is called slave mapping. You see what I did? I went and got every curse fulfilled in the Bible in the time of the captivities in ancient times, and I also transferred that time to this time, and it's the same curse with the same predicament. Show it, KJ. Deuteronomy 28, verse 16. Curse should not be in the city, and curse should not be in the field. The field, centuries of unpaid chattel slavery, brutal plantation labor, and the oppressive sharecropping system that followed emancipation. What do you see? They cursed in the field. Just like he said, right? But I thought that was total fulfillment in the time of Babylon. Why was they cursed still in the field during the transatlantic slave trade if fulfillment already happened in the time of Babylon? Because the curses is for long continuation. They don't stop, family. As long as we're in captivity, as long as we keep sinning and won't repent, the curses follow. No matter what predicament you in or the time frame of the curse. He also said, curse you be in the city. Look at our cities, man. Look at this. The city. modern urban struggle, redlining, forced housing segregation, the creation of inner cities, ghettos, and concentrated poverty. Do you not see this city? Do you not see? Is that fit for living right there? Go to a lot of our cities. This is how I look. This is what they did in the field. This is a curse. But they'll tell y'all that it was total fulfillment in Babylon. It was fulfilled in Babylon. And it was also fulfilled during the transatlantic slave trade, because this is called slave mapping. And look what you see. Cursed in the field, cursed in the city. Do y'all see what I'm doing now? I'm showing you how to get fulfillment, not for one time, but for continuation of a time as long as we're in captivity. That which was is that which should be, family. There's nothing new under the sun. We're just not in our land no more. But so wherever we find ourselves, cursed in the field, cursed in the city. Knowledge. All right, let's keep going. So now that I done read 16, let me get this out the way, because we dealt with these two already. Okay, we can move these. Now let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 17. Because he said, curse should be your basket and your store, right? Okay, let's read this. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 17. Curse shall be thy basket and thy store. Was this fulfilled? Let's see. Haggai chapter 1, verse 6. Ye have sown much and bring in little. You eat, but ye have not enough. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes. So curse should be your basket and your store. Curse should be your vineyard or your harvest. Curse should be your store, your basket. Whether you got a business, it don't matter what you got. He cursed it. He say you get money, and it's like it's a hole in the bag because you don't get to see it. Deuteronomy 28:17, fulfillment in the time of Haggai, chapter 1, verse 6. Curse should be thy basket and thy store. Is that it? Is that total fulfillment? Let me show you something. Now, let me show you the continuation of curse should be your basket and your store. Watch this. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 17. It say, curse shall be thy basket and thy store. What do y'all see right here? Economic blockades. The historical inability of Black Americans to build and maintain generational wealth. Why, family? Because curse should be your basket and your store. I thought the total fulfillment was in the time of what I just read in Haggai. Why did it still go on during the transatlantic slave trade if the curses is not a continuation? They burned down everything that we build because curse should be your basket and your store. When people like to say they don't have resources for Blacks, that's not true. They don't have resources for Israelites, that's not true. They kept you back from the resources. They have the resources, just not for you. What else, KJ? Look at this. Systemic inclusion. Black-owned businesses destroyed, such as Black Wall Street in Tulsa, and banking system shutting Black communities out of financial independency. Do you see this? It's the same fulfillment that I just read in Haggai. Deuteronomy 28, verse 17. Curse shall be your basket and your store. It's the same thing. But they'll tell you that no, that happened already in the time of ancient time. So they just gonna bypass all this, what I'm reading to you, showing you it's a continuation. Let me bag this up so you can see this again. Do you not see this? Same thing, same curse, just a different time. That's it. Because now you don't got armies chasing you. You don't got armies killing you. Now it's the bankers. It's your politicians. It's your police. It's your judges. It's your lawyers. It's the DA. It's the FBI. Now it's packaged differently than in ancient time, but it's the same curse. Same curse. So they kept you out. You did everything for yourself. You did what these nations told you to do, pick yourself up by the bootstrap. And they still came and burned it down. You came out of slavery, hit the ground running, and they still burned it down. You can't tell me that's not a curse. They never burned down other people's communities, but they burned down yours. How that's not a curse on you? How that's not divine? You think these things just happening to you because of your skin color? This is divine judgment from a higher source. His name is Yah, and his son is Yahshua HaMashiach. Because of disobedience and covenant breaking. Same thing. Curse should be your basket in your store. So let me show y'all this. Okay, we dealt with this. Now watch this. Now we didn't read Deuteronomy 28:17. Now let me go to this. Now I want to show you the fulfillment of this. Shout out to my beloved brother Mac Main 007. Me and him both, we read this book. This book is called 30 Black Wall Streets that the mainstream media don't talk about, right? But Mac Main was so gracious to make a timeline chart for y'all brother K. Judah. And I thank him for doing this for me. Salute to you, Mac Main. What you looking at is called 30 Black Wall Streets. See, our children don't know nothing about this. They don't teach us this in school. They don't teach you this in college. Did you know that it was 30 Black Wall Streets? A lot of people don't. But this the thing I want you to pay attention to. It's a 30 Black Wall Streets, attack and destruction table. Look at this. How was they destroyed, KJ? Either through policy or through mobs. Say that again, KJ. Through policy or through mobs. So you mean to tell me 30 Black Wall Streets that our ancestors created, not Africans, Negroes. I'm so sick of this African debate. We are not Africans. Africans never lost their nationality. Africans never lost their land. Africans never lost their tongue. They've been colonized. They was not on the transatlantic slave trade. That's your story, not their story. They trying to piggyback off your story. You was colonized on your land. You did not go through the transatlantic slave trade. So stop cosplaying and lying, talking about you deserve reparations. I'm asking you for what? For colonization? Yes. For the slave trade? No. No. You never lost your tongue, culture, heritage. You know everything about your father, father, mother, mother, mother. You know about your culture. We lost ours. So how am you? How am you? You didn't lose nothing. Sick of this Africa. Oh, we African. No, we not. I'm going by what y'all call me, an Israelite. Not an African Israelite, an Israelite. So as you see, all these was destroyed, either through mobs or policy. Why is they focused on one group of people in America? Why are we the people that everybody want to destroy if this not a curse? Why, family? Why every time we pick ourselves up by the bootstraps, they come and infiltrate and destroy what we doing? Why, family, if this not by Yah? Well, y'all love us all the same. We all created the same. Well, we should all get punished the same then. But we don't. Because we have a covenant with Yah. You don't have a covenant with Yah. You don't have a covenant with Yahshua. That's why you don't get hit upside the head like I do. You don't get up, hit upside the head like my brothers and sisters do, because we are a covenant people. So do y'all see this? 30 Black Wall Streets, family. Destroyed by your enemy, not your friend, not your comrade, not your partner, your enemy. That y'all sin against us, family. All right, let's keep going. Okay, let me get this one out the way. I told y'all I'm getting them out the way as we read. Now let's go to Deuteronomy 28, verse 18. And I'm just putting a little star by the ones I already went to, so I can know where I'm at. I got to keep everything in decency and in order, because that's how y'all deserve the best. I'm going to give them the best. So let's get it. Okay, this is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 18. Look at this mother. Look at these babies. That's why I'm telling you, don't let nobody tell you about you. Nobody walked in your shoes. They couldn't do it. Nobody can walk in your shoes for not even 1 mile, not even 10 steps, not even 5. They'll be jumping off of buildings if they had to walk in your shoes, Israel. They not you. Stop comparing yourself to other people. You are not the same as other people. You are a different breed of man than one man. Look at this mother. Look at that baby. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 18. He said, "Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land, the increase of thy kind and the flock of thy sheep." What is the fulfillment, K. Judah? Let's get it. Lamentations chapter 2, verse 11 and 12. They say to their mothers, "Where is the corn and wine?" When they sworn as the wounded in the streets of the city. You got the babies asking their mother, "Man, where the food at, mama? I'm hungry." Lamentations chapter 4, verse 10. The hands of the pitiful woman have saddened their own children. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. So do you see this was fulfillment that Jeremiah is telling you, that because there was no food, it was extreme distress, extreme lack of resources for our ancestors, that they saddened their own babies. He told them they was going to do this in Deuteronomy chapter 28. He told them they was going to eat their babies. And they did it. Okay, Judah, this is total fulfillment. So this can't be talking about the transatlantic slave trade, KJ. Remember what I told y'all. That which was is that which should be. There is nothing new under the sun. So let me show you, because I looked everywhere. We never ate our babies during the transatlantic slave trade. And why would we eat our babies? You think the slaves going to let us eat our babies when they needed those babies at the time they can walk and talk to go out there and pick that cotton? But the conditions are the same. Let me say that again. We don't have to eat our babies outside of our gates. Because he told them within your gates, you're going to eat your babies. Because it was a lack of food. But during the transatlantic slave trade, we're going to flip it. The same thing that he just said about cursed should be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land, right? Let me show you how they do it today. Same curse, different time. Look at this. Oh, I get it. Do y'all see? Slave mapping. Curse should be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land. Deuteronomy 28, verse 18. What you see? The fruit of the body under chattel slavery. Children born to enslaved mothers automatically inherit the legal status of property. Born directly into bondage. Same thing, family. Different time. Same curse. So how is the curse of the fruit of your body transferred from ancient times to what they do to our beautiful Israelite sisters today? Look at this. Oh my God, I hate when they do that. Modern disparities. Look at the woman. You see the curse of your body today? Back in the day, curse, the fruit of your body was because of a lack of resources a lack of food for the babies. Now, look what they do to these sisters' babies when they come out of these mothers, when they're inside of these mothers. The curse didn't change, just the time and different time that we living in. But the curse is the same. Look at this. Modern disparities. In modern times, this is linked to disproportionately high infant and maternal mortality rates affecting Black families. This is a curse, family. But I thought it was total fulfillment in a time of what I just read during the Babylonian captivity with Jeremiah, because that's what Lamentations is. He lamented for his people who was in Babylonian captivity. He was always crying for his people, pouring out his soul for his people. But the curse never changed. Let me back this up a little bit. What y'all notice? When he said, curse should be the fruit of thy body in your land. The slave, the land, it was cursed for them. Because they had to work sun up to sundown picking cotton, working for the slave master. And look at what they do to our beautiful Israelite sisters when they are pregnant with their babies. Look at the high infant mortality rate among our women. That's a curse. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 19. Y'all see this? Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 19. Cursed should thou be when thou comest in, and cursed should thou be when thou goest out. What is the fulfillment of this? Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 15. The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. Those who went out face the sword, and those who remain inside face famine and pestilence. Do y'all see? That go total fulfillment, right? It didn't happen no other time. Because according to them, we are trying to put ourselves in the story when the story is about our ancestors. Don't you know how goofy you sound? What other people going through this? What I'm reading? Nobody. Nobody. So he just said, curse should thou be when thou comest in, and curse should thou be when thou goest out. Let me show you this time. Let me bring it in. Look how scared that mother looked with her baby. We always in constant danger. Soon as we walk out the door, we got to pray and put on a whole armor just so we can say, Father, let me make it back home. Ain't nobody else praying when they walk out the door, talking about let me make it back home. Keep all evil away from me. Please don't let a cop get behind me, Father. Just keep them away from me. Ain't nobody else saying these prayers we praying because of anxiety, PTSD. Deuteronomy 28, verse 19. Cursed should thou be when thou comest in, and cursed should thou be when thou goest out. Let's read this. Constant danger, a total lack of safety, and pervasive anxiety in everyday life. This is your life. This is your reality. What else we have? A lack of protection. Look at the slave, the husband and the wife with the babies. Look at the slave master in the back. What do it say? Lack of protection. Historical errors where Black individuals could be captured by slave catchers, attacked by vigilantes, or targeted by racial terror simply for traveling outside their homes. Curse should you be in the city? Curse should you be when you go in and when you come out? Curse! That's how come out people get shot in their house. Curse when you in, they still get shot. Curse when you outside, they still get shot. Do you understand what I just said? He said, curse when you coming in and when you going out. When we go outside, they shoot us down. Inside of our house, they shoot us down. Wake up. Same curse. Different time. That's it. Same curse. Different time. Let's keep going. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 20. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 20. The Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke, and all that thou settest thy hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doing, whereby thou hast forsaken me. What is the fulfillment, K. Judah? Let's go to 2 Kings 17, 20 and 23. 2 Kings 17, 20 and 23. And the Lord rejected all the seed of Israel and afflicted them and delivered them into the hand of spoilers. So was Israel carried away out of their own land to Assyria. So they're going to always tell y'all, what I'm showing y'all is that I'm doing what they do, but they don't understand that during slavery, it's the same condition with the same curse, just a different time. Because they don't understand our book. Because they're going to always tell y'all, well, that happened already. That's fulfillment already. That's not talking about y'all. That's not talking about the slave trade. But as y'all see, that I'm showing fulfillment, and I'm showing fulfillment in the time of slavery. Same thing. Same curse. Same condition. Same people. Knowledge. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 44, verse 22. The Lord could no longer bear because of the evil of your doing. Therefore, your land is a desolation and an astonishment and a curse without an inhabitant. Hold on. Pay attention to that word curse. The Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke, and all that thou settest thy hand unto for to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doing, whereby thou hast forsaken me. And that's why northern kingdom went into captivity. That's why southern kingdom went into captivity. But K. Judah, what about this time right here, though? What about this time that we in, brother? All right, let's get it. Slave mapping. Deuteronomy 28, verse 20. Until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly. Let's read this. Identity erasure. The systematic stripping away of original identity during the Middle Passage and plantation assimilation. Oh, so we was destroyed during slavery too. The same thing. Because we were totally destroyed, y'all. Don't y'all know you are the only people on the face of this whole earth? Listen to me, what I'm about to say. You are the only people on the face of this whole earth who discontinue from their heritage. Everybody else always knew their heritage, but you discontinue from yours. And they got the audacity to tell you who you are. They got the audacity to tell you you are African. You come from Ham. Where's these curses on Ham? Loss of heritage. Captured Israelites was forced under penalty of torture to abandon their original language, names, religion, and culture until their heritage was destroyed. That's why you speak English. That's why you call yourself African American. At one time you did. Or Afro American. Or Negro. Or colored. These are not biblical names that y'all know you by. Y'all don't know you by these names. Even though our people call themselves Black American, that's not what y'all know you by, though. I understand you don't want to be called African American, but I want to know, what is my name according to what y'all gave me, not according to what man gave me, or not what according to what I want to say I am. No, what do y'all say I am? What do Yahshua say I am? He called me an Israelite. From whatever tribe I come from, I'm an Israelite. So this happened during slavery when we was totally destroyed. Totally destroyed. Our ancestors was not totally destroyed in ancient times. They still knew their nationality. They still knew their culture. They still knew their heritage. They still knew the Shabbat. They still knew the feast days. So when was you totally destroyed? Knowledge. It sure wasn't in ancient times. Everybody know who Israel was, but everybody don't know who Israel is today. And even if they do know it, they won't confess it with their mouth. They'll do it behind closed doors, but they won't get on platforms and do it because they ain't nothing but a bunch of snakes. Because they know if we say that these Negroes are the Israelites, we know judgment coming to our doorsteps because we did some horrible things to God people. So let's just keep saying the Jewish people are the people because there is no punishment attached to them being a people. But there is punishment and recompense and destruction attached to these Negroes because we did them dirty. And we know judgment coming. That's why I won't let it come out of my mouth and confess these are the people of Yah. Look at these babies. They was born into it. Look at my brothers and sisters. They was born into it. And we was destroyed. And we perished quickly. Let's keep going. Let's go to Deuteronomy. Chapter 25. This is Deuteronomy. Chapter 25, family. And this is the one when he say you're going to be smitten and scattered. I want to show y'all this. And since everybody that's not us want to go into our book and act like you got more knowledge than us, more knowledge than Yah and Yahshua, like you the spokesperson for us, I rebuke you and reject your deposit. You don't speak for me, all my brothers and sisters. We don't need your help, your assistance. We didn't ask for it. We asked you to be quiet and fall back. We don't need no help with this book. Only from Yah and Yahshua and the Holy Spirit. Deuteronomy 28, verse 25. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thy enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them. And thou shalt be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. What is the fulfillment, KJ? Jeremiah 29, verse 18. And I will make them a terror to all kingdoms of the earth, to be a curse and an astonishment and a hissing and a reproach among all nations, whether I have driven them. Hold on, whoa. You didn't say whether I will drive them. You say whether I have driven them. This in the time of Babylonian captivity. So if this is total fulfillment, how was we scattered during the transatlantic slave trade then? This should have been total fulfillment right here. But we still had a slave trade. We still got scattered to the 4 corners of the earth. Do y'all see what I'm doing? Do y'all see what y'all brother K. Judah doing? I'm showing you that that which was is that which shall be, family. There's nothing new under the sun. Second Kings 25, 1 through 7. Babylon besieged Jerusalem. Famine prevailed. The walls was breached. And Zedekiah and his men fled by night. The Chaldean army pursued and overtook them in the plains of Jericho. Hold on. Whoa. You should flee out one way, and thou should be removed into all the kingdom. Then Zedekiah tried to flee, but it didn't work for him. His men still got kept. The Bible just said it. So that's total fulfillment, right? I don't need to go no further, right? This happened already, which it did. But hold on, let's keep going though. Watch this. Hold up. Oh, okay. The slave mapping. Deuteronomy 28, verse 25. And should be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. Let me go down. Military defeat. The eternal wars raised and colonial invasions in Africa, where indigenous population was defeated by advanced firearms. So let me say this. You really believe that the white man can come to the coast of the continent of Africa and he came with nothing in his hands and told us to get on the slave ship? They had guns, man. Our ancestors ain't never seen no guns before. They had guns, man. Our ancestors is stronger than any other people. So you think they just willingly got on the slave ship? Or do you think they had something in their possession that terrified our ancestors? Not only did y'all say, I'm going to give you a heart of fear, but they had guns. They had guns, fam. So when they came on the continent of Africa and got our ancestors, look at this right here. It said the dispersal. Removed into all the kingdoms of the app, removed into all the kingdoms is mapped directly to the global Israelite diaspora, where captives were scattered across North America, South America, Central America, and Europe. I thought this already been fulfilled. So why did it happen again during the transatlantic slave trade, where we were scattered all over the world? But I thought there was total fulfillment in the time of Babylonian captivity that I just read in Jeremiah. Do y'all not see what Yah is doing? Do you not see what Yahshua is doing? Yah outlined some curses. And he said out of his own mouth that these curses should be on y'all for a long continuance. You know what long continuance mean, people in the back who like to run y'all mouth about our book? That's why he said forever. So the curse is not changing, just the time. Meaning the time frame, like right now, is 2026. But back in ancient times, a lot of these things that I'm reading happened in those various captivities. But Yah never did not say, oh, it's going to stop there. No, it continued to happen. That's why we call it progressive. It get worse and worse as time go on. So we was removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. That's why you can find our people everywhere. You're going to find our people everywhere because this prophecy was fulfilled, that during the transatlantic slave trade, we were scattered to the four corners of the earth, family, mostly of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, because that's the southern kingdom. We was the last one to be taken down by the 70 AD Roman sacking Jerusalem. Then we were scattered to all the Mediterranean world, which is Africa and Europe. And then they spread us out abroad during the transatlantic slave trade. It's just that simple, y'all. It's documented in history. They got it in paperwork. So how somebody gonna tell us about us and they got it documented in paperwork? All right, let's get out of here, man. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 26. And I want you to look at these birds, right? You know, we already know when they come around, when they see the carcasses, right? So look at this. The valley of slaughter. Deuteronomy 28, verse 26. And thy carcasses shall be meat unto all the fowls of the air, and unto the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fray them away. Okay, Jeremiah 7:32. Therefore, behold, the days come, said your Elohim, that it should no more be called Tophet, nor the valley of the sons of Hinnom, but the valley of slaughter. For they shall bury in Tophet, till they be no place. Now, if y'all don't know, there was a place called the Valley of Hinnom, and it was located in Jerusalem. And they used to sacrifice their babies, burn their baby. Man, our forefathers were doing some unimaginable things in the Valley of Hinnom. So this is what he's talking about. When he said it would no more be called the Valley of the Sons of Hinnom. Why the Son of Hinnom? Because they were sacrificing their sons and their daughters. Jeremiah 7:33. And the carcasses of this people should be meat for the fowl of the heaven and for the beasts of the earth, and none shall fray them away. Now, I just read that in Deuteronomy 28, verse 26, right? Same thing. Total fulfillment in Jeremiah 7:32 and 33. He just said the same thing with the curse. But did it stop? Did it not ever happen again? Is that total fulfillment? Let's go to the slave mapping. Let me show you that that is not total fulfillment. Because look, what do you see? and no man shall fray them away. Deuteronomy 28, verse 26. So look at this. Racial terror. Heavenly map to the era of lynching, plantation execution, and race riots. Okay. Exposed bodies. Victims was routinely left hanging from trees or exposed in public spaces to be destroyed by scavengers. What y'all think scavengers is? Did he just say no man should fray them away? So they used to leave our ancestors' bodies on these trees, and nobody can cut these bodies down. Who you think used to be on these trees seeing them bodies left up there? Scavengers, crows, birds. Victims was routinely left hanging from trees exposed in public spaces to be destroyed by scavengers, serving as an intentional warning, with no one permitted to cut them down. No man shall fray them away. I thought that was total fulfillment in Jeremiah's time, but it still happened again during the transatlantic slave trade. So the curse remains the same. Let's keep going, man. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 30. Now, this a man and his wife. Look, his wife being taken from him, right? Let me show y'all this. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build a house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof. Where's the fulfillment of this? Jeremiah 6 and 12. And their houses should be turned unto others, with their fields and their wives together. For I will stretch out my hand upon the inhabitants of the land, said the Lord. Jeremiah 8 and 10. Therefore will I give their wives unto others, and their fields to them that shall inherit them. That's total fulfillment. This happened already. But did it happen again during slavery? Let's go see. Oh, yes, it did. He can't fight for his wife. This is slave mapping. Deuteronomy 28:30. Thou shalt build a house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. So look at this man for his wife. He can't do nothing. He want to do something, but he can't do nothing. Just like in Jeremiah when he said, I'm going to give your wives to others. It also happened during the transatlantic slave trade. Let me read this. Violation of marriage. Enslaved marriages was completely unrecognized by law. Slaveholders and overseers routinely assaulted enslaved women without any legal consequence. Read that again, K. Judah. Enslaved marriages were completely unrecognized by law. Slaveholders and overseers routinely assaulted enslaved women without any legal consequence. Stolen labor. Enslaved people built the foundation and infrastructure and grand estate of America, but were forbidden from owning them and harvest massive cash crops while receiving zero wages. Same curse, different time. Are we not building? But we didn't live in it. Is not his wife being taken from him? It's nothing he can do. They used to sleep with the women right in front of their husband to demasculate him. We built the foundation of America's whole infrastructure, but we did not get to enjoy any of it. Same curse, different time. Do y'all not see what the Lord is showing you? I want anybody to come and prove this wrong, you gainsayers. You hypocrites, I rebuke you with a sharp rebuke. Put my Bible down. Put me and my brothers and sisters' Bible down. Put y'all Bible down. Put Yahshua word down. We don't listen to no heathens. No, I don't. Total fulfillment right there. Okay, let's keep going. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28, verse 32. Deuteronomy 28, verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters should be given unto another people, and thy eyes should look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there should be no might in thy hand. What is the total fulfillment? 2 Chronicles 29 verse 9. For lo, our fathers have fallen by the sword, and our sons and our daughters and our wives are in captivity for this. So the sons and the daughters was put in captivity. Well, I'm finna drop a nugget on y'all. He said your sons and your daughters should be taken from you. Their sons and their daughters were not taken from them. They was in captivity together. So I got to find out what you mean our sons and our daughters should be taken. And we should look all the day long because they can see their babies in captivity with them in ancient times. But you must be talking about another time when you say the baby's going to be taken and the mother and the father going to look and long for them, weep for them. But there ain't going to be no might in their hand to go and grab that baby out of that carriages that them heathen was carrying them children in when they were about to ship them to Mississippi, ship them to New York, ship them all the way down south. So what is the fulfillment of this? Because this right here is the fulfillment. I'm reading it. But let me show you in slavery time. Oh, look at that little boy. He's being sold. And look at the mother. Look how she's longing for that baby. Look how she's longing for her baby. Look how they been for that boy. Deuteronomy 28:32. And there should be no might in thy hand. The auction block. One of the most widely cited verses is described the agonizing reality of slave auctions, where children were torn from their parents' arms and sold to distant owners. That never happened in ancient times, but it did happen in the transatlantic slave trade. This is why you don't let nobody tell you about you. See, they're not going to come over here and face your brother K. Judah with that rhetoric, because I know how to navigate the scriptures, and I know how to go get fulfillment and show fulfillment again. Knowledge. So do y'all see that this little boy who's going to be sold, his mother may never see him again? They still saw their children in various captivities in ancient times. Their kids wasn't torn from their arms and they never saw them again. Y'all don't remember in the Medo-Persian captivity, they let the Jews go back home. You don't think their children was with them? But this mama right here, she'll never see that baby again, because it will be torn from her. And she's going to look all the day long after that baby, just weeping for him. But he's going to be gone and shipped all the way across another state. And they're going to tell you that this not talking about you. Let's go to this side. Now, what do y'all see? Look at these babies inside this carriage with these horses. Look at the mother and the father. He say, utter powerlessness. No might in thy hand. Captured the legal and physical inability of enslaved mothers and fathers to fight back or protect their children from being taken forever. Forever. I thought that was total fulfillment in the time of what I just read. Why it's still going on? Why are the curses a long continuation? Because I just read fulfillment, but I'm also reading it again. They had no power to go get them kids out of their carriage, family. And this is the reality of our life. They still do it to us today. CPS, come and take our babies. We never see our babies again. Because your babies belong to the United States of America. All our kids do. When we sign that birth certificate, we signed our babies over because we ain't know no better. And that's why we got to move with smarts. We got to move wisely because they want your babies. Why you think white people always adopting black children? They don't love black children. They adopt black children to violate the babies, to mutilate the babies, to sexually assault the babies, to take the babies' adrenochrome. They experiment on the babies. Let's keep going. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 33. Look at these men, man. This is our reality. Subordinate to another nation, subjugated. Deuteronomy 28:33. It said, the fruit of thy land and all thy labor shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou should be only oppressed and crushed always. Was this fulfilled? Yes, I'm about to read it to you right now. Jeremiah 5:15. Lo, I will bring a nation upon you from far, O house of Israel, said the Lord. It is a mighty nation. It is an ancient nation, a nation whose language thou knowest not, neither understandest what they say. Now, I want to say this. Jeremiah is talking about Babylon. Our ancestors did not know the language of Akkadian. Let me say this again. Nebuchadnezzar, the Chaldeans, if you go look up what language they spoke, mostly Akkadian, and they're going to say some Aramaic. But our ancestors knew about Aramaic, but they did not know about Akkadian. So this is fulfillment of what he just said. I'm bringing a nation from far. Nebuchadnezzar came from the ends of the earth. That's what the books say. So this is total fulfillment, right? A tongue they don't understand was Nebuchadnezzar. Jeremiah 5:17 at the bottom. And they should eat up thy harvest and thy bread. They should eat up thy flocks and thy herds. They should eat up thy vines and thy fig trees. He just told them that, man. Look at the curse. The fruit of thy land and all thy labor shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up. And they did in Babylonian captivity. Is this the total fulfillment? No. Watch this. Slave mapping. Shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up? Deuteronomy 28:33. It's a building global wealth. Nations the Israelite captives did not originally know. The United States, Great Britain, France, and Spain grew immensely wealth by eating up and capitalizing on their unpaid labor. Do y'all see the continuation? It didn't stop. We didn't understand no English. Just like we didn't understand Nebuchadnezzar's tongue at the time. It's the same thing, family. Just a different time. Same thing. Different times. Let's go over here. It's a generational debt. The workers themselves was left entirely impoverished, establishing a massive racial wealth gap that remains a stark statistically reality. So do y'all see this? Or should I just say statistical reality? So do y'all see? That's why you got this big old wealth gap. And they started at the 50-yard line. And they're going to put us all the way back at the 100-yard line and tell us to catch up. And we need to pick ourselves up by the bootstrap where they've been cheating all their life. All they do is cheat. They don't do nothing where you can put us both at the 100-yard line. We will smoke and dust they behind. That's why they got to cheat in everything they do. They cheat. They cheated us out of wages during slavery. They cheat you out of wages during today because you're still in slavery. We're still in slavery, family. And we're not going to get out of slavery until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. And once that time is fulfilled, here come your king, Yahshua. Look how they did our people, man. And you got people out here running their mouth. Have you ever lived like this? Huh? Was your ancestors put on trees? Huh? Was your children fed to alligator for bait? Was your babies cut out of your stomach and stomped on the baby head? Was your men tied to horses? Did they eat you? The delectable Negro? Did they burn you alive? Use your skin for making clothes and belts. They used to decapitate the heads of our fathers, cut off their genitals. And you got the audacity to open your mouth against my brothers and sisters, you heathen. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 36. Deuteronomy 28, verse 36. The Lord shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which thou knowest not, nor thy fathers have known. And there thou shalt serve other gods, wood and stone. Let's get the fulfillment. Why they sitting up here lying, talking about, oh, this could not have been talking about the transatlantic slave trade, because he said the king. Man, let's get fulfillment, man. This is Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 27 to 28, because he just said, he gonna scatter you, right? Deuteronomy 4, 28 and 28. Deuteronomy 4, 27 and 28. And the Lord shall scatter you among the nations, and there you shall serve other gods, the work of men's hands, wood and stone, which neither see, nor hear, nor eat, nor smell. Okay? 2 Kings 25, 6 and 7. So they took the king and brought him up to the king of Babylon to Riblah, and bound him with feathers of brass, and carried him to Babylon. And this happened when Nebuchadnezzar sacked Jerusalem 3 times. Zedekiah, Jehoiachin, and Jehoiakim. So your king did go in captivity with you. And this also happened during the time of the Assyrian captivity. Hoshea was a king, and he went into captivity with the Assyrians. So this is fulfillment. So, okay, Judah, you got to show them, because they wasn't called kings no more, because the Bible say you're going to be many days without a king. So if we should be many days without a king, why are people looking for a king to be in the transatlantic slave trade when our ancestors were scattered all throughout the Mediterranean world, fled to the west coast of Africa, whether that's North Africa, went down to west and then south. And that's where you get your transatlantic slave trade from. And they're going to tell us, well, where's y'all king? I just read about the king, goofball. All you got to do is go read Jeremiah and read 2 Kings 17. Our kings went into captivity with the people of whatever nation they came from, whether that's the house of Israel or the southern kingdom of Judah and Jerusalem. We didn't have no kings during the transatlantic slave trade. So let me show this, though. The slave mapping. There should thou serve other gods, wood and stone. Deuteronomy 28, 36. Look at this, y'all. It say the middle passage. Israelite leaders, tribal elite, and common citizens alike were stripped of their sovereignty and shipped to the Americas, a completely foreign land unknown to their ancestors. Forced religion. Didn't he say wood and stone? Look in the back of that white man's head. It looked like wood to me. Forced religion. Once there, they were forced under penalty of law to abandon their heritage and bow to European Christianity, the wood, or to other foreign traditions such as Islam, the stone. Knowledge. I thought that was total fulfillment. Why it still happened during the transatlantic slave trade, fam? Make it make sense, man. And that's what we got today. So a lot of our brothers and sisters who in Christianity, they don't understand it's European Christianity, because it come with a false image. It come with a watered down version of truth, a watered down version of the gospel. They gonna teach you the gospel with a white man by the name of Caesar Borgia. That ain't your religion, European Christianity. That's white supremacy Christianity. Let's get out of here. Deuteronomy 28, verse 37. Gonna sit up there and give you a white man by the name of Cedric Boy Jail, a Peckerwood. He up there hanging wide with his hands stretched wide and got his hands nailed to the tree or the cross, got his feet pierced like he the real Messiah, like he Yahshua, and gonna pierce his dirty side with nothing but blood and lies came out of his side. Ain't no water came out, lies came out. Demons and devils came out of your side, boy. Deuteronomy 28, verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment and a proverb and a byword among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee. Jeremiah 24 and verse 9. And I will deliver them to be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth for their hurt, and to be a reproach and a proverb and a taunt and a curse in all places, whether I should drive them. This happened in the time of Jeremiah, y'all. This the Babylonian captivity that he's talking about. When we became a reproach, a proverb, a taunt, and a curse. But it's that total fulfillment. Let's see. Oh, what y'all see? He said you were going to be a byword and a proverb, right? Let me show you some of the bywords they used on our ancestors. Let me show y'all some of the bywords. African, used widely during the colonial period and early national era up through the early 1800s. That's when they start calling you African, y'all. In the early 1800s, because everybody knew you weren't African. Everybody knew in ancient time you were the Hebrew Israelites, the Israelites. Everybody knew. But then all of a sudden, we African. Then they start calling you colored. Coming during the late 19th to mid 20th centuries. Using the title of long-standing institutions like the NAACP. That's the word colored. Negro. Widely accepted and used as a formal standard through the 1960s. Championed by figures such as Booker T. Washington and civil rights organizations. That's where they get the word Negro from, the 1960s. Then they start calling you black. Gained prominence during the Black Power and Civil Rights movement of the late 1960s as a term of direct self-definition and cultural pride. I'd rather be called Black American than African American or colored or Negro, even though I'm an Israelite. And then here come the African American, y'all. Emphasize dual heritage, connection, and ancestral roots on the African continent with American citizenships and history. Time out. Let me say this right now. We ain't no Africans. I don't care how many of you Africans get mad. What you want me to be African so bad for? Just so you can say, you come from me, nigga. I don't come from you. I don't look like you. I be's a smooth Negro with long locks. You don't have locks. We do not look alike. We just got pigmentation. But I am not you. You are African, brother. I be's Israelite. I'm an Israelite. I'm not an African. So stop trying to make us be African so bad just so y'all can cosplay and say, oh, we all African, so we all deserve the things that happened to y'all during the transatlantic slave trade. All y'all want to do is stick y'all hand inside the cookie jar so y'all can say we the same people, so you can reap the benefits of what we've been through, and you know you ain't been through that. You've been colonized, partner, not transatlantic slave trade. If you ask any African where you come from, they gonna tell you. I thought they discontinued from their heritage, but every last one of them can tell you where they come from. But I thought they discontinued from their heritage. Make it make sense to KJ. So do y'all see the different bywords and proverbs we would call? African, colored, Negro, black, African American. Let's get out of here. All right, this is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 43 to 44. And I want y'all to see this. Matter of fact, watch this, y'all. Deuteronomy 28, 43 to 44. And y'all tell me that this not talking about all these people who come over here and they become the head and we still the tail. Watch this. The stranger that is within thee should get above thee very high, and thou should come down very low. Verse 44. He should lend to thee, and thou should not lend to him. He should be the head, and thou should be the tail. Deuteronomy 28, 43 to 44 is fulfilled mostly clearly when Israel and Judah came under foreign domination through conquest and exile. The passages describe a reversal. Israel, once promised to be the head, becomes the tail, subordinate, impoverished, and dependent on foreign powers. And these are, look, I'm showing you the captivities that this was fulfilled in. 2 Kings 17, Assyria captured Samaria, carried Israel away, and removed Israel from the land. Judah becomes subject to a foreign king, which is Nebuchadnezzar. 2 Kings 24:1. Jehoiakim becomes Nebuchadnezzar's servant for 3 years. What do y'all see? We are the tail, family. See this? Look at this. The stranger become high, we come down very low. You want a loan? You got to go to the Caucasian European. You got to go to somebody else because they the head and you the tail. So let me show you the slavery part. Same thing. Watch this. Deuteronomy 28, 43 to 44. Now watch when I go down. It says, the stranger that is within thee should get above thee very high, and thou should come down very low. He should lend to thee, thou should not lend to him. He should be the head, thou should be the tail. Social displacement. The stranger, newly arriving immigrants groups who enter the country. It is noted that these immigrant groups are frequently able to gain rapid economic and social mobility, while Black Americans who have been in the country for centuries remain systemically trapped at the bottom, very low. Did you just hear what I said? Show me one immigrant group who come over here and they don't get above us. Show me one immigrant group who come to America and they don't get above us while we've been here and we can't reap the benefits that they give them to put them above us and we remain at the bottom. I thought there was total fulfillment in ancient time, but it's still going on in our time. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, man. It's a financial dependency. This represents severe economic disparities because Black communities historically lack major banking institutions. They are forced to rely on outside banks for mortgages, business loans, and credit. Predatory practices. It maps the historical redlining, predatory lending, and a system where outside groups own the businesses and real estate within Black neighborhoods, making them the tail. I'm telling y'all, family, here you go. Look at this. Redlining. Look at all these immigrant groups. Look. They come over here and get above you very high. You remain at the bottom with your brother K. Judah. We are at the bottom. The curse remains the same, family, until we repent and turn back to Yah. Look at them, shaking hands, big smile on their face. Because as long as they can keep us at the bottom, they happy. But we won't be at the bottom for too much longer, partner. All right, let's get out of here. I'm almost done with this whole thing. Deuteronomy 28, verse 46. Deuteronomy 28, verse 46. They shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. Thy identification badge, This is a crucial verse in Hebrew Israelite theology. The word sign means a marker used to identify an entity. So listen, when the Bible says they should be upon you for a sign, that means all these so-called Bible scholars who say they understand the Bible should be able to go into the Bible and identify us based on a condition in which we find ourselves, based on the curses of Deuteronomy 28. Oh, these are the people. Oh, this happened to the Negro. Oh, they was on slave ships. Oh, they lost their heritage. They was called by many names. They are very low at the bottom. They are red line. They are, come on, family. Do I got to keep going? Do I got to keep going? This happened to us, family. We are the sign and the wonder that everybody be like, man, why do everybody hate these Negroes? They ask themselves, why is the Negro hated? But they don't have the answer because they don't understand the Bible. They don't understand the prophecy or the curses of Deuteronomy 28, that these things should be upon us for a sign and a wonder. That means a person gonna wonder at what happened to us for us to fall so low. They wondering, man, what's up with these Negroes? Who did this? I know God didn't do this. They have no understanding that, yes, God did do this because of our disobedience and covenant breaking. See, when you break an agreement, nobody don't trust you no more. It's just like two men shaking hands. Once you shake hands with a man, you got to keep your part of the agreement. Once you break that agreement, nobody don't trust you no more. You shook that man's hand. So our covenant with Yah was in blood. That makes it even worse. It's a blood covenant, and we still broke it. You think he trusts us? He loves us, but he got angry with us. He couldn't trust us no more because our word wasn't bond. I didn't say my word is bond, baby. Our word wasn't bond. I'm on fire. I got to drink water. Finding Israel. I want to say this to all the nations of the earth. Goofy. Finding Israel. Proponents argue that the curses themselves are a supernatural tracking device. Oh, supernatural. But the white woman telling the 7 Israelite Hebrew sisters, I don't believe that Deuteronomy 28 is talking about y'all. We don't care what you think. We don't care what you think. Who cares about what you think? Anybody listening to a heathen and what they think, I don't know what to tell you. I don't care what they think. But I'm here to debunk them and shut it all down. And I want all the smoke if you want it. Any one of y'all. Heathen, fake Negro, claim to be apologetics. It don't matter. Anybody can get it. It say, finding Israel. Proponents argue the curses themselves are a supernatural tracking device to locate the true biblical descendants of Israel today. Look for the one people globally tracking this exact list of historical curses. That's all you got to do. All you got to do is go look at the people globally tracking this exact list of historical curses. And there go your people, goofy. Let's get out of here. We almost done. Let me run it down. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48. And y'all can see, look at our brothers and sisters. Yoke of iron on their neck, right? But they going to tell you you're not the people of the book when he told you they're going to put a yoke of iron on your neck till you be destroyed. So once you destroyed, you don't need no yoke of iron on your neck no more. You destroyed. If you ask Negro, hey, where you come from? I come from Africa. Hey, where you come from? I come from the Caribbean. Hey, where you come from? I come from everywhere. You ask a European, where you come from? Great Britain. Where you come from? Canada. Where you come from? Africa. What part though? I come from the Congo. I come from Nigeria. I come from Ethiopia. I come from Zimbabwe. I come from Rwanda. I come from South Africa. They can tell you exactly where they come from, and they can speak their language, and they know their father and their mother's heritage and lineage. Ask us where we come from. They're going to give you 100 different answers. That's how you know who the people are, because we totally been destroyed once the yoke of iron came off the neck. So let me read this. Deuteronomy 28, verse 48. Therefore should thou serve thy enemy, which the Lord, hold on, let me bring it in close. Therefore should thou serve thy enemy, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck, until thou have been destroyed, until he have destroyed you. Jeremiah 24, verse 14. Go and tell Hananiah, saying, thus said the Lord, thou hast broken the yoke of wood, but thou shalt make them for yokes of iron. Oh, they go fulfillment. For thus said the Elohim of hosts, the Elohim of Israel, I have put a yoke of iron upon the neck of all these nations, that they may serve Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, and they shall serve him. Look at the slave mapping. Look at this. Yoke of iron. This is one of the most prominent visual proofs used by the movement. It is matched directly to historical sketches, photos, and plantation artifacts showing enslaved Israelites wearing heavy iron neck collars, chain, and yokes. One of our things. This means being completely dependent on the slave master or oppressor for basic survival needs, including food, clothing, water, shelter, and legal rights. Oh, I thought that was total fulfillment in the time of Jeremiah and Hananiah. But this still happened during the transatlantic slave trade. So fulfillment don't happen one time. It happened as long as we're in captivity, y'all. Let's keep going. This is Deuteronomy 28, verse 49. And look at this. Y'all see this? Look at our people, man. You see? Y'all wasn't playing with us, family. He meant what he said, and he say what he means. Yahshua mean what he says, and says what he means. Let's read this. Deuteronomy 28, verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle fly, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Jeremiah 5:15. Lo, I will bring a nation upon you from far, O house of Israel, said the Lord. It is a mighty nation. It is an ancient nation, a nation whose language thou knowest not, neither understand what they say. Habakkuk 1:6-8. For lo, I raised up the Chaldeans, that bitter and hasty nation, which shall march through the breadth of the land, to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs. Oh, there you go. They are terrible and dreadful. Their judgment and their dignity shall proceed of themselves. Their horses also are swifter than the leopards, and are more fierce than the evening wolves. And their horsemen shall spread themselves, and their horsemen shall come from far. They shall fly as the eagle that hasted to eat. Oh, they go fulfillment, right? Habakkuk, Jeremiah 5:15. That's the fulfillment of Deuteronomy 28, verse 49, right? Okay, watch this. Okay, he said the Lord should bring them from far, a nation whose tongue thou knowest not, as swift as the eagle, right? Okay, let me see something. Watch this. The eagle. Proponents highlight that the eagle is the exact military and national symbol of the empires that colonized and enslaved them, specifically the Roman Empire, and later Great Britain and the United States of America. Foreign tongues is described European slave ships arriving from across the Atlantic Ocean speaking languages English, Spanish, French, Dutch that captured Israelites could not comprehend. Same curse, y'all. Different time. We didn't understand no English or no Spanish or no French or no Dutch. And guess what? You can go find this in history, that all these empires I named, they all dealt with the symbol of the eagle. Yes, they did. So you see how it's still fulfilling itself, even in our time, y'all? So that's why we don't let people tell us about who we are. Let's keep going. I'm almost done. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. Now I want to bag this up so you can see this and what he said. He said there was going to be a siege, a famine, and no favor, right? So let's scoot this in. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance, which thou should not regard the persons of the old, nor show favor to the young. Did this happen? Lamentations chapter 2, verse 11 and 12. My bowels are troubled, because the children and the sucklings swoon in the streets of the city. They say to their mothers, where is corn and wine? When they swoon as the wounded in the streets. Lamentations 5:12. Princes are hanged up by their hands. The faces of elders was not honored. Y'all remember he said they should not show favor to the young or the old, not even to the handmaid. They didn't show favor to no children, no elders, no women, no men. They showed no mercy. Did this happen again during the transatlantic slave trade? Let's go see. Look at this man and look at the look at this. Y'all don't see this? Look at this young baby. Ain't nothing but a little boy, still a baby. Look at the old man, dog. Look at our people. Look how I worked our people to death. So let me read this. He said he should not regard the old or the young. They did not regard the old or the young during slavery, family, or during ancient time. So this is slave mapping. Brutal overseers. This maps to the absolute ruthlessness of European slave traders, plantation owners, and overseers. Zero mercy. They show no respect or mercy based on age, forcing elderly captives to work in the fields until they drop dead. Until they drop dead. And subjecting young children to hard labor and violent physical discipline. There y'all go. There y'all go, fam. Same curse. Different time. Different time. Same curse. I don't know why I keep doing that, like jumping back like that. Okay, this is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 53. Now, I want to say this before I read this, because we almost done. We almost done. If y'all go to 53 to 57, you will get the whole context of why the eye was evil towards his brother, why the mother eye was evil towards her children. It was because of the famine of the harsh reality of not having food. They starved our ancestors to death, to where the eye became evil towards brother, his wife, his children. So that's the full context from Deuteronomy 28, 53 to 57. But I'm going to deal with 53 because I want to show you something. Deuteronomy 28, 53. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thy own body, the flesh of thy sons and thy daughters, which the Lord thy God hath given thee in the siege and in the straitness, wherewith thy enemies should distress thee. And this happened within your gates, not in no transatlantic slave trade. What this means, a warning of extreme famine and judgment that will come upon Israel for disobedience, so severe that it will lead to unimaginable suffering under enemy siege. Fulfilled in history, 2 Kings 6, 24 and 29. During the siege of Samaria by Amram, severe famine led two women to agree to eat their own sons. But one woman cooked her baby and the other woman did not cook her baby. Jeremiah 19:9 foretells that the siege of Jerusalem, the people will eat the flesh of their sons and their daughters. Josephus Wars, book 6, 201 to 219. During the Roman siege of Jerusalem, a mother named Mary Belteshazzar killed, roasted, and ate part of her own infant son due to extreme famine. Do y'all see this? All this was fulfilled in different dispensations of time through the scriptures. The Most High wasn't playing, family. Yahshua wasn't playing. Because this is the result of disobedience, y'all. And that's why I'm telling our people, let's get it together, family. I'm tired, man. I know you tired. I know you tired, family. But a lot of our people not tired. And that's why we can't cast our prayers before swine. Some of our people never going to change until it's too late, family. And that's the sad part and the reality of us being in this condition. Our people know something not wrong. I mean, I know our people know something not right, but when you try to tell them what's wrong, they don't want to listen to you. Especially if they're doing good in America. Man, nigga, I'm doing good. I don't care what you talking about. That's you and your people. Oh, okay, cool. So do y'all see this? They ate their babies, right? Now watch this. Now, I'm going to read the same scripture, but watch this. Deuteronomy 28:53. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thy own body, the flesh of thy son and thy daughters, which the Lord thy God hath given thee in the siege and in the straitness wherewith thy enemies should distress thee. What this means for Black Americans during slavery? While historically applied literally to the ancient siege of Jerusalem by Babylon and Rome. Stop right there. This is why you don't let nobody tell you about your book. This is documented in history, what I went and found and what they just said. This is applied directly to what? Babylon and Rome. You see this? We never ate our babies in no transatlantic slave trade, y'all. So don't let nobody tell you about how Yah pronounced what he pronounced on you, and they gonna come behind you, which is not pronounced on them, and tell you about you. Make it make sense, man. Let me finish this. While historically applied literally to the ancient sieges of Jerusalem by Babylon and Rome, in this context, it is sometimes interpreted as the absolute desperate condition faced during the capture and transport of slaves, or symbolically as the self-destruction of the community under extreme systemic pressure. And that's what we have today, family. You see this? What you think this caused in our people? Huh? This caused anxiety. This caused a lack of trust and unity. Because guess what? When you start to do good, you're going to tell your brother, nigga, you better get yours like I got mine. And guess what that's going to do? Your eye going to be evil towards your brother. Because when your brothers start doing good in the community or the inner city in which they place you, it's either two things going to happen. You either going to join your brother or you going to kill your brother. And your eye going to be evil towards the woman of your bosom. Because of a lack of resources, now you angry at the woman of your bosom. Now you leave the babies. Now she angry at the babies. But this is not for every circumstance. But if the shoe fit, these are circumstances in which a lot of people see themselves. That's why I said if the shoe fit. Because we got a lot of men, based on the resources and a lack of, they angry. And then we got the sisters, for a lack of him being there, she angry. Do you see which that curse? Your eyes should be evil towards your brother and the wife of your bosom and your children. Same thing, y'all, just a different time. Let me show it. We're almost done. Hold on. Let me go to the next one. Now, I want y'all to see this. Let's go to this one. Deuteronomy 28, verse 54. Now, I want to show you something. He said that your eye will be evil towards your brother. Why? An extreme lack of resources, family. They showed you in the movies, A Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood, Juice. They showed the reality of living in the inner city, especially like the John Singletons, and because he from Cali. Our eyes tend to be evil towards each other from the way we look at each other, or the lack of what you have and another man do have. Now your eye evil towards him because what he do have and the lack of what you don't. So this even happened during slavery. Look at this, y'all. Deuteronomy 28:54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye should be evil towards his brother, and towards the wife of his bosom, and towards the remnant of his children, whom he shall leave. Why did this happen? Because it was a lack of food in their time, but let me show you what happened in this time. Erosion of solidarity. This maps to the intentional breakdown of eternal unity within the enslaved community. Eternal betrayal. It described the scenarios where captors was forced or manipulated to turn against one another, such as enslaved individuals acting as informants, plantation drivers, or the house guards against their own family members to avoid torture. So look what they did. They made the eyes evil towards each other. They put a house Negro against the field Negroes. Now the field Negroes hate the house Negroes, and if they could get away, they'll kill this Negro. Because he's a house Negro. And he gonna snitch, he gonna tell, and he gonna treat his brothers and sisters like trash. Because he don't want to be tortured by the slave master. And you gonna tell me this not divine? You think one white man can keep all these strong black men subjugated, listening to him? And this not divine judgment from the Most High Yah and Yahshua? You really believe that? That the weak white man is stronger than the black man? And he can control all these big black men, 25 slaves on the plantation, and one white man got control of all these black men. And they don't do nothing. This is the fear that y'all put in their heart. This is the fear that y'all put in their heart. Let's keep going. Okay, let me get out of here. Okay, here we go. Now, this is Deuteronomy 28, verse 59. And watch this. Deuteronomy 28, verse 59. Then the Lord shall make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long continuance. No, it stopped in ancient times. And long continuance. Now, okay, Judah, it stopped in ancient times. And long continuance. And sore sickness. And of long continuance, family. Jeremiah 14:12. God declared that he would consume Judah by the sword, and by famine, and by the pestilence. Pestilence is a direct parallel to Deuteronomy 28, verse 59. Long-lasting plagues and sickness. Jeremiah 21:6-7. Jerusalem inhabitants are struck with a great pestilence, followed by sword, famine, and captivity. Fulfillment in history. Throughout our history, plagues, diseases, and sickness have been used as weapons against our people, physically, spiritually, and generationally. Same thing today, y'all. Hold on. Hold up. Y'all see this? Watch this. Same thing, y'all. Watch this. Deuteronomy 28, verse 59, during slavery time. Then the Lord shall make thy plagues wonderful, the plague of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long continuance, and sore sickness, and of long continuance. It's a long continuance. This is heavily highlighted to match the unique duration of black suffering in America. Unlike short-lived historical crises, this curse specifies that the oppression, slavery, Jim Crow, and systemic bias will last for a long continuance. How long we been here? Over 500 years, and we still been the tail. And this not a curse? You mean to tell me we have not been able to pick ourselves up to deliver ourselves out of captivity? You know why? Because Christ say, I'm going to deliver you out of captivity. I put you in it. I'm going to get you out. Nobody will redeem you. We don't have no kinsman redeemer of our brethren, but we do have a kinsman redeeming. His name is Yahshua, who come of our brethren, because he was made like unto our brother. But he's not originally a part of the nation of Israel because he created the nation of Israel. He's the creator through his father. But he came down to be like us. But he's not originally made like us. The Bible say all things was created by him and for him. So do you see this? So let's go up here. 1619, slavery, captivity, brutality, and dehumanization for over 250 years. 1865, emancipation. Freedom in name by oppression continues. Listen again. Freedom is named in 1865, but oppression continues. I thought we was free. 1877 to 1965 and so on. Jim Crow and systemic oppression. Laws, violence, and segregation, strip rights and opportunity. 1965 in prison. Systemic bias and ongoing struggles. The battle for equality continues across generations. Come on, man. How are you going to tell us this not us? Huh? Let's keep going. Deuteronomy 28 and 62. And y'all see that at the top. He scattered us to the four corners of the earth. Deuteronomy 28:62. And ye should be left fear in number, whereas you was as the stars of heaven for multitude, because thou wouldest not obey the voice of the Lord thy God. Deuteronomy 4 and 27, which say Israel will be scattered among the nations and left fear in number. Jeremiah 39:10 through Jeremiah 39, 9 and 10. Then the Buzzadan, the captain of the guard, carried away captive into Babylon, the remnant of the people that remained in the city. But Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, left of the poor of the people, which had nothing in the land of Judah. So do y'all see this? For many as the stars to be left fear in number. This is the curse of dispersion, captivity, and reduction. What were once a mighty people became scattered among all nations, broken, diminished, and left with little. And I want to tell y'all this. This is why Yah scattered us away from each other. You know why? Because if Yah would have left us in one location, we would destroy this heathen. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. If Yah would not have scattered us and you left us as a multitude in the same place, we would have destroyed these nations. So Yah say, I can't do that. I got to scatter you and leave you few in number. That way you cannot defeat your enemy. You cannot get above your enemy. That's why he left us few in number, scattered, family. This is all knowledge. Okay, let's keep going. Deuteronomy 28, verse 64. And look, y'all see this? This actually happened, family. When we were scattered, they made us serve other gods, wood and stone. Deuteronomy 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. 2 Kings 17, 6, 18, and 23. Assyria captured Samaria, carried Israel away and removed them from their land. 2 Kings 25, 11, and 21. The remnant was carried captive to Babylon, and Judah was carried away out of their land. Jeremiah 9 and 16. I will scatter them among the heathen, whom neither they nor their fathers have known. Jeremiah 16, 13. There ye shall serve other gods day and night, where I would not show you favor. And that actually happened in Jeremiah in 2 Kings, and it also happened when? Let me show you. In our time. Watch this. And here you go. See this? Y'all see what we were scattered at? You see at the top, I got the scattering. North America, Central America, the Caribbean, South America, and Europe. Do y'all see this? So this actually happened, family. Just like the Bible said, I'm going to scatter you to the four winds. And this happened during the transatlantic slave trade. And this is why it say the global diaspora. This describes the global dispersion of black people across North America, South America, Central America, the Caribbean, and Europe. Just like he said in Jeremiah and 2 Kings. I'm going to take you out your land. I'm going to scatter your behind. And he scattered us during the transatlantic slave trade. And when we got there, guess what we did? Wood and stone. Serving wood and stone is interpreted as being forced to adopt Western Christianity, the wooden cross, or other global religions, completely separated them from the fate of their ancestors. Let's keep going. Okay, this is Deuteronomy 28, verse 65. And it reads, and among these nations thou shalt find no ease, neither should the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord should give thee there a trembling heart, and a failing of eyes, and a sorrow of mind. Lamentations 1:3. Judah is gone into captivity because of affliction, and because of great servitude. She dwelleth among the heathen. She findeth no rest. All her persecutors overtook her between the straits. And that's exactly what happened, y'all. That's exactly what happened. Judah was destroyed, family, just like the Assyrian captivity. So y'all see, we find no rest. We find no ease. Let's keep going. And look at what happened during slavery. Deuteronomy 28, verse 65. And among these nations should thou find no ease, neither should the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord should give thee there a trembling heart, and a failing of eyes, and a sorrow of mind. We got sundown towns. We fighting for equal rights since we've been here. A lack of opportunity. You see what I'm saying? It's just so much we've been through. So look, it say no rest. This represents the centuries of continuous displacement, fleeing from sundown towns, the disruption of the Great Migration, and racial segregation. Trembling heart. It described the mental health toll, pervasive clinical depression, anxiety, and the psychological weight of the navigating institutional racism, sorrow of mind. We've been through this. That's why I have compassion on my brothers and sisters. Because I'm telling y'all, I see a lot of my people, I get so heartbroken when I see my people talking to themselves. Just out of their mind. How they got there. Because this place have tried to break us to pieces. And they have broken many of us. Many of us got on drugs. Hold on, let me not many of us. I've never been on drugs. But many of our people been on drugs to ease the pain, to ease the anxiety, to ease their mind of the oppression and the hardships and the anguish and all the stuff that they've been through and go through. They try to ease that burden. But there was no remedy. The only remedy is the Bible. But nobody never told us the truth. None of the preachers, I've been to church all my life. He was dumber than a box of rocks. He didn't know nothing. And the reason why I ain't going to give my preacher no grace, because this man was the president of Compaq Computer Company. This man retired at the age of 40-something. And you mean to tell me you that smart and you can't navigate this Bible and know that when you read Deuteronomy 28, that's talking about us? Or just the fact that Christ fled into Egypt? Man, this man ain't never taught none of that. He ain't even deal with the basic stuff, like Christ going to Egypt, dealing with how the Egyptian was black, and there's no way a white baby can. Man, they didn't deal with nothing, man. All they dealt with was westernized Christianity, jumping up and down, running around the church, singing Kumbaya. And we all were still lost and destroyed as a people, going to church, looking for some type of camaraderie among each other for some type of truth to ease the burden of the things that we went through and felt. And these preachers couldn't even do that because they were blind. The Bible say my watchmen are blind. They are greedy dogs. All these preachers care about is money, man. They don't care about your soul. They care about making your pockets full of holes. Let's go ahead and run this down. We're almost done. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 66 and 67. And I got one more scripture after this. Deuteronomy 28, 66. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have no assurance of thy life. Who is this talking about who don't got no assurance of their life? This have always been us as a people. Because we were seeking for some type of, something to give us that validation of who we are as a people. Some type of images, some type of role model, some type of leader, something. And it was in the Bible the whole time, family. The whole time it's been in the Bible. Straight up. Been in the scriptures the whole time. Verse 67. And in the morning thou shalt say, would God it were evening. And at evening thou shalt say, would God it were morning. For the fear of thy heart wherewith thou shalt fear, and for the sight of thy eyes which thou shalt see. Lamentations 5:9. We got our bread with the pearl of our lives, because of the sword of the wilderness. Lamentations 3:17. And thou hast removed my soul far off from peace. I forgot prosperity. That's us, man. Look at this. This is us. This is us, man. No assurance of our life. Look what they doing to our people. Fighting for justice, running. Look at that, sicking dogs on us. Come on, man. I can't breathe. Being harassed every day by the police. Policies put in place to keep us oppressed. And you got the audacity to open your mouth against me and my people. Let's go to the last scripture. I need somebody to do me a favor in the chat. I'm about to drop a nugget on the nation, and it's going to shut the mouth of all you goofies trying to tell us that Egypt is not synonymous with bondage. I got a scripture for y'all goofies. Make my stomach sick. Opening y'all mouth. You don't got no knowledge. Trying to debate somebody. Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. You don't need no ships to go to Egypt. You can walk to Egypt from Hebron, from Jerusalem, from Israel. Egypt is synonymous with bondage, and I'm about to prove it. After I read this, I need one of my family in the chat to go to Hosea chapter 8 and verse 13 and tell me what you see. And put it in the chat for the family. Please, somebody do that for me. And tell me what Egypt is synonymous with when he told the northern kingdom, you going back to Egypt. They never went back to Egypt, y'all. They went to Assyria. So why did he say Egypt? Because he's speaking metaphorically. You're going to tell us what Egypt means. Egypt means bondage. Verse Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring them into Egypt again with ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. You ain't gonna see your homeland no more. And there you should be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. No brother or sister gonna redeem you out of captivity, because we have a law in the Bible called a kinsman redeemer, where you can redeem your brother or your sister out of captivity. He said nobody ain't gonna do that for you. So do y'all see this? Can somebody get, thank you. Somebody looked it up for me. Can somebody get Hosea chapter 8, verse 13 and tell me what y'all see? Tell me what y'all see. Please look that up for me and just put it in the chat. What did God use Egypt for in Hosea chapter 8, verse 13, family? And put it in the chat for me. Because they never went back to Egypt to be slaves. So why did he use the word Egypt when they was going to Assyria? Make it make sense. Let's get the last scripture so we can prove this. Now, this is the slave mapping. Deuteronomy 28, slavery. And the Lord should bring them into Egypt again with ships. By the way, whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there you should be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. Egypt by ships. This is the absolute cornerstone prophecy of the Israelites being taken to Egypt again with ships. Egypt is defined by its biblical descriptor, the house of bondage. Thank you. What did Egypt use for? The house of bondage. So I'm sending you to bondage again, like Egypt, but this time by ships. Thank you. Egypt means punishment. Thank you to the family. It's bondage. If you read Hosea 8:13, y'all, it's bondage. So when he told them in Hosea 8:13, I'm sending you to Egypt again, he didn't send them to Egypt again. He sent them to Assyria. But why did he use Egypt? Because it means bondage. It means bondage, captivity, slavery. So I'm going to send you into Egypt again, meaning bondage, but this time by ships. Knowledge. Let me keep reading this. Egypt by ships. This is the absolute cornerstone prophecy of the Israelites being taken to Egypt again with ships. Egypt is defined by its biblical descriptor, the house of bondage. Because the ancient Israelites walked out of literal Egypt, returning by ships is interpreted as a direct prophecy of the transatlantic slave trade. This is knowledge. Sold to the enemy. This is mapped directly to the slave auctions, blocks where captives was inspected, bid on, and sold as physical property. No man shall buy you. Buy is read in the archaic linguistic context, meaning to redeem or save. The doctrine teaches that no major leader, civil rights icon, or political movement will ever successfully deliver Black Americans out of this condition, holding that only divine intervention would ultimately resolve it. Did y'all hear that? That divine intervention will ultimately resolve it. That means Yahshua coming back. I am the Lord thy God, which I brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Hold on. From the house of bondage. There you go. It's bondage. That's why he always used Egypt synonymous with bondage. That's all I got, family. When I get done, I'm going to send y'all all the slides. But I just wanted to say this. Let me back this up a little bit because I want to show y'all something. Look at him on the auction blocks. You're going to tell me this never happened? You're going to tell me this not being taken to Egypt again by ships? You're going to tell me that we wasn't sold on auction blocks? You're going to tell me that this never happened? I want to read this too. Hold on. Look at this. It says this prophecy was written thousands of years ago. The fulfillment is history. The lesson is for today. Remember where you come from. Know who you are. Return to the Most High Yah. And with that, family, that's all I got. I pray somebody got some understanding. I pray you go over these slides. And I pray it give you the edification that you're looking for. Because don't let nobody, and I mean nobody, dictate to you who you are. I will send all the slides when I get done. Y'all just email me. Thank you, Wayne Walker. It was Hosea chapter 8:13. And if you read it on your own, family, you're going to see that Egypt is synonymous with telling the house of Israel, I'm sending you back to Egypt. But he did not send them back to Egypt. He sent them to Assyria. So why did he say I'm sending you back to Egypt when they actually went to Assyria? Because he was telling them I'm sending you back to bondage. Because that's what Egypt is synonymous for. It's a real place, but it's also associated with bondage. That's all I got, family. I love y'all with a pure heart. We did at a good time. We had only 2:10. So I'm going to go and shut this down. Y'all email y'all brother K. Judah after this, and I'm going to get every last one of y'all the slides. Go back over these slides and go to the scriptures and put everything together yourself again. So when anybody run up on y'all trying to tell you what fulfilled, this already happened, that already happened, that's not talking about y'all. Not only did I put the fulfillment from ancient times in there, I also put the fulfillment in that time, this time in there. So I put both fulfillments for y'all. So that way you can say, well, this did happen in Jeremiah, but it also happened today. This did happen in 2 Kings, but it also happened today. This did happen in Lamentation, but it also happened today. And I put everything in order. Everything is named for you. Everything is placed together. All you have to do is go back over the slide and just anybody come up on y'all. Well, I don't believe that's talking about y'all. You got all the information to prove that it is. You got all the information to prove that it is, family. So like I said, as soon as I get off of here, hit me up. I'm going to group all y'all emails together so I can send all the slides at one time. I'm going to group all y'all emails up together so I can send all the slides at one time. Why did I do this? Because I'm sick and tired of people debating, having platforms, having round tables, going on shows to speak on our book. But they would not allow us to come on these platforms for those who really have that knowledge. I bet they won't invite your brother K. Judah on none of these platforms. I will run circles around these heathens. I'm not saying that out of arrogance. I'm saying that out of confidence. I will run circles around any one of you heathens. And all you apologetics, you too, you can get it, partner. Any one of y'all can get it. That's why you don't come in my comment section, go and call everybody else out or want to debate. Come try to do that to me. Like I said before, man, I love y'all with a pure heart. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. Mr. Michael Jackson Bad with the scriptures. I'm out, family. Salute.
Bad with the scriptures, but y'all still know my heart though. Yeah, with the verses low, but you still keep me high. You still keep me high. You still keep me high. Came to the back with the scriptures. Still paint vivid pictures. Flaws in the frame like a fixture. Bad with the scriptures, still Hebrew. Yeah. Bad with the verses, strong with conviction. Heart still broke, but I'm on a mission. Don't know it all, but I know who listened. Bad with the scriptures, still Hebrew. Didn't learn much from the lecture, but I learned fast from the pressure. Whole life feel like weight on a stretcher. Had to call, y'all couldn't call no extra. Mama had tore on the nightstand, highlighter ink on the right hand. Told me you are not less than, just cause you can't quote on cup, man. Scrolling through pages, can't find a line, but I feel rock when I close my eyes. Ain't always in the pew, I be on my grind. But Yeshua caught me when I almost died. I was lost, I was low, I was bitter. Talking faith with my heart in a splinter. Y'all put me up when the hope got thinner. I ain't perfect, but I know I'm not finished, no. If I can't quote, I can still change. If I can't preach, I can still pray. If I fall short, I can still say I'm here, I'm trying, I'm staying. Back with the scriptures, painting the pictures. Flaws in the frame like permanent fixtures. Bad with the verse, strong with conviction. Bad with the scriptures, still Hebrew living. Seen saints go cold in the front row. Seen the lost feel seen in the back though. So I sit where the real and the facts go. Where the y'all help me prayers hit the track, yo. I was mad at the church, mad at religion, mad at myself, stuck in decision. Scrolling through the text, like what's your vision? Then y'all's mercy cut through my suspicion. Might forget book, might miss chapter, but I don't forget the peace coming after. When I cried in the dark, you came faster. Not thunder, just a still soft answer. I'm clumsy with the words in red, but I know what Yeshua said. I ain't leaving you alone, that's bread. Hold that close when I'm losing my head. If I can't quote, I can still change. If I can't preach, I can still pray. If I fall short, I can still say I'm here, I'm trying, I'm staying. Came to the back with the scriptures. Still paint vivid pictures. Flaws in the frame like a fixture.
Bad with the scriptures, still Hebrew, yeah.
Bad with the scriptures. Still Hebrew. Came to the back with the scriptures. Still paint vivid pictures. Flaws in the frame like a fixture.
Bad with the scriptures, still Hebrew.
They ain't grieving. Yeah. You don't need me perfect, perfect just honest. Don't need me piling, flawless just honest. Yeah, you need me flawless, flawless just honest. So I'm coming as I am, I promise. If all I say is yeah, please help, that's enough. If all I got is broken faith, lift it up. If all I know is Yahshua, I'm stuck, fill my cup. You said your power show up when I'm cut. So I'ma sing off key till my lungs give out. Pray off beat till my fears run out. Don't know every verse, but I know this vow. Yeah, you been too good, I ain't stopping now. Some of us don't know chapter verse, but we know how it feel when you reverse that curse. Put me out the mud afterwards. Now I walk with the word in my heart, not my purse. This for the ones in the back row, feeling like they never gonna match though. Yeah, still see you where you at, bro. Bad with the scripture, but his love still fact though. Flaws in the pictures, flaws in the frame. Bad with the thirst, strong will conviction. Bad with the scriptures,
Still Hebrew living.
I still Hebrew. Even when I'm slipping, yeah. Still call me yours, yeah. Bad with the scriptures, but you know my heart.
Hey, family, thank you to the greatest moderators on YouTube. I love y'all with a pure heart. Thank y'all for holding it down for your brother K. Judah in the chat. Don't forget to pray for my beloved sister Antonia Set Apart Hines and her mother. And don't forget to pray for my beloved sister Bithia and also her sister. So keep them in prayer. We stand in agreement with whatever they prayed to Yah. I'm standing in agreement with both my sisters that Yah will heal, cure, and make whole our beloved family. And we got to pray for each other, family, and encourage each other. Listen to your brother before I go. After today, don't listen to no heathen trying to teach y'all. I don't care what heathen it may be. See, when heathens talk, this is what it sounds like to me. Look. That's how y'all sound to K. Judah. You sound just like that. When y'all open y'all mouth and try to tell us about the scripture, you sound like that to me. I don't hear you. I got to play that one more time because this is really how you sound to me. All right, family, y'all got the gist of it. You are the people of the book. You don't let nobody make you feel indifferent about your own history book and your record, where they're going to come in and make you doubt who you are as a people based on their interpretation, not based on what you feel, fam. So we ain't doing that. So as soon as I get off of here, I'm finna grab my computer, I'm finna go in the living room, and I'm finna group all y'all emails up together, and I'm about to send y'all all the slides. So like I said before, I want y'all to continue to seek the truth, continue to read for yourself. Don't take my word for anything, family. Fact check your brother K. Judah. Let's read this together so we can all get the same edification. So like I said before, I want to thank y'all for sword swinging with your brother K. Judah. Let's get it. In the words of my beloved twin sister August Dreams, thank y'all for coming to the Lion's Den with the CUC family. Shout out to the Nazarene Hebrew Institute of Faith. Big salute to my brother Sham and big boy Jake. Shout out to Elder Bro Tim and all my beloved brothers and sisters in the chat. The mighty nation of Israel, the apple of Yah's eye, and the only nation that he has ever known. Let's get it. And your brother K. Judah, Mr. Michael Jackson Bad with the scriptures, want to say, Shabbat Shalom. And I love you all with a pure heart, family. Salute.